I'm Nikki Bon, and my friends always make fun of me because they say I live under a rock because I never know really much about anything. Not really current events, pop culture, politics. I just don't like scrolling the internet. It makes me feel bad about myself. So I'm going to have my friends come on and fill me in on things I've missed, and I am going to assess whether or not I even needed to know about that in the first place. Because sometimes it's really enjoyable being blissfully clueless. Welcome back to Blissfully Clueless. Today we have one of my favorite people, Dicey.
Oh, hey, Nikki Bon. You're one of my favorite people, too. And you're one of my sister and brother's favorite people on Instagram.
That is the nicest thing ever, because I love them. I did not know I was on your brother's radar.
You are. You're definitely. He follows you. And my sister came to one of your birthday parties. I think I've been to like 5 of your birthday parties at this point.
Yeah, you have.
And she came to one with me, and she just never forgot you after that. So
that is the most validating thing. Thank you, because Dicey's
welcome.
family rules. They're the best.
They're cool. They're pretty cool.
And also, shout out to Brother John.
Yeah, Brother John is insane. Yeah, shout out to him.
Check out his Instagram. Also, let's get it out of the way so people don't wait to the end to find out about you. Okay. Plug your Dicey has an amazing podcast. Well, radio. Show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's on Sirius XM with Punky Johnson from SNL, who actually happens to also be my best friend on the planet. And Kevin Hart produces it. It's on Channel 96 on Sirius XM. And we have 25 episodes up now. We're waiting for the second season to start, which will probably be sometime in the spring. So I'm off right now. It feels so good to be back in LA. I was in New York for 9 months.
It's crazy.
Doing this podcast. Like living there, living with her, touring with her, and working with her. And we really thought we might kill each other at the beginning. Yeah. But we never had any issues whatsoever. It was kind of crazy how we've never lived together as close as we are, you know.
Does she have 2 beds?
Yeah, she has 2 bedrooms. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is.
So I got my own. I can just go close the door when I get sick of looking at her, you know.
That is the dream. Because they're so funny on Instagram together, the adventures. Like, to the point that I'm like, ooh, I'm jealous. Not like I'm like, oh, you're so lucky to have that. Like,
I know. Yeah. You don't get friends like that very often. Yeah. You know, and she just
or that you do the same thing.
Right. We do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you guys have a good old time.
Yes.
Okay. So, I told you the concept. I don't know much. And some people in the comments were like, oh, the brunette's ditzy. That's the point.
Why are you so dumb, Nikki?
I'm dummy. I like living under a rock. I like living under a rock because there's so many bad things going on, and I just rather be ignorant. But
this is true.
I think the best way to learn is from my friends. Mm-hmm. I'm also too lazy to read. Okay.
Well, spoiler alert, I get all my information from the Shade Room on Instagram. So I don't even watch the news anymore. Like, I just see what they want me to know, because I feel like the news is so...
Yeah.
Is it subjective? Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know what word I'm looking for. The news is just so... from one perspective.
Yes.
Is that subjective?
That's subjective.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
bias?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You know, they just tell you what they want you to know.
Yeah.
And I just like the curation of the Shade Room of what they want me to know. You know what I mean? It's kind of, it has more to do with
Does the Shade Room have things that are going on in the world too? Or is it?
Yeah, it's stuff that's going on all over the world, but just also different, you know, stories that the news would miss.
Oh.
That everybody, they bring a lot of awareness to a lot of stories. That's how a lot of people see stories for the first time, and you know, and they go viral because of the Shade Room. Yeah.
Really?
They have like 28 million followers or something like that.
Oh, wow.
It's the best. I just love it. They are shady. The comments is shady as hell.
What do you mean? Shady how?
And I go viral on the Shade Room sometimes. What? I think I got my highest likes or whatever, and it was like 13 or 14,000. I don't know. They just like when you're funny in the comments. Okay. But the key is to comment when it's only been up like less than like 30 minutes before everybody comes to see.
It's the top.
So then you have you have more.
Whoa. Have you gotten followers from the Shade Room, do you think?
Maybe. I can't, I don't post a lot, so I don't. I should have more. I have 9,000 followers.
Yeah, you should have way more followers.
I should, but I know. I'm going to work on that this year.
Okay.
Yeah. That was one of my New Year's resolutions.
I know. I don't like resolutions, because then if I fail, I'm like, fuck me.
But that's why you set yourself up with resolutions that makes sense
Yeah.
to you and things you like. Mine this year was to only fuck dudes with seat warmers in their cars and to get better on social media. Like, those are attainable for me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What?
Why seat warmers? What's going
Because
on?
you care about these hot cross buns. Actually, that has been my New Year's resolution the last 3 or 4 years.
Have you fulfilled it?
People in New York don't really drive.
Oh, so you can't
And then
tell.
I've been in Texas and I haven't really been here. I haven't been dating.
Yeah, okay.
So, but that's still,
but if you have, like,
Yeah.
what do you do? Do you go, hi? If a guy's like, hey, girl, what's up? I want to take you out for dinner.
Mhm.
How do you find out if he has seat warmers?
It's harder and harder now with Uber and with all these rideshare apps where we can actually just meet people and they're not coming to
Yeah.
pick you up, which is great also because
You don't have to.
you don't have to spend all this time in a car
No.
with a stranger that you don't like,
Yeah.
listening to music you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And you already know before you even step out into the restaurant that that they're not for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I answered your question.
No, you didn't, because you have to figure out a way to say, do you have seat warmers?
Right. So, no, the answer is I don't
No.
know.
You
I
don't know.
Nikki.
But you wait till you're like, okay, then when I see his car.
Yeah, when I see his car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because it takes a while to get to that point with me
Yeah.
anyway. So I'll know eventually what kind of car. Maybe not on the first
Okay.
date, but
Okay.
it just says something about a man who has seat warmers. I don't know.
Honestly, I respect it. Seat warmers are exciting. You know what, though? I think that you should actually bump it up to also having seat coolers. Have you ever been in a car that has the AC through the seat?
Yes, I have.
That is next level.
Yeah, that is next level.
I think that you should raise your standards.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah. Seat warmers, like, that car could be from, like, still or 2000,
You're
you know?
right, you're right.
I think we got to go the AC because it's LA and it's hot in the
Mhm.
summertime. You'd rather that.
Very true.
Yeah. Sometimes, though, when I was in Toronto and I would get high and drive my car as a teenager, I'd turn the seat warmer on and I would think I peed my pants because I would forget that I turned the seat warmer on and I'd be high driving, which I shouldn't.
And you be
but
sweating?
no, just I would feel the heat going up to my butt and like it felt like warmth. It was pee coming out of me and I'd always be like, oh my God. And then check. But I didn't but I did pee my pants a lot when I was high because I would laugh a lot. So I think it was just a paranoia.
Oh.
All right.
Okay,
So
I learned something about Nikki Bon today. Cool.
okay, what do you have for me?
Okay, so do you know about Jonathan Majors and that white girl?
No, and honestly, I know. Can you, for the viewers, tell them who Jonathan Majors is?
Oh my God, Jonathan Majors is a great American actor. Well, you want me to sound like Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors is in it. He is actually an actor. He's black. He was in all those. God damn it, the movies. I
am bad with actors' names.
Okay, so I do know, and I have seen all these movies. That's why I can't.
Okay.
Can
you just show me a picture?
Yeah, let me show you a picture.
Because that.
So that's him right there. The Creed movies. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The boxing
I know
stuff.
Jonathan. Yeah, okay. He was also in like.
Yeah, he's an American actor, graduated from the Yale School of Drama. He rose to prominence starring in drama films The Last Black Man in San Francisco. He did in the HBO horror series Lovecraft Country, which he received a Primetime Emmy Award nomination for.
Yes.
He's 34 years old. He's actually from Dallas.
Really?
He's from a suburb of Dallas called Cedar Hill,
Oh.
which I actually went to Cedar Hill from the third grade. My mom she stopped homeschooling us around then.
Okay.
So from like the third grade until the seventh grade, I went there.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, Lovecraft. I remember that show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I recognized him. I just didn't know.
And he was also in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Kang the Conqueror, whatever that is. I'm not really into sci-fi.
Marvel. But Lovecraft was, I think, sci-fi as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what did he do?
So he was dating this white woman, and that's like a big deal, kind of in the black community when black men get to a certain or this is how a lot of black people feel. I won't say the black community, but some in the black community feel like once a black man becomes somebody or achieves a certain level of success, that they date only white women. And then the white women, they don't have the best rapport with black men throughout history.
Yes.
Like lying about things. And I remember in high school a couple of, one white girl in particular who was dating a football player, her dad found out, and then she lied about like rape stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
That is yes, that kind of stuff happens all the time. Like where the white girls don't want their dads to find out, or the family or people find out, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, well, he did this and he did that. Basically, the girl,
I did not know
the
that
girl
happened
said,
in
so
America.
he's with Megan Good now.
Okay.
So this was like, I guess maybe a couple years ago, but it
Can you
says,
show me Megan Good for the
yeah,
viewers?
I'll show you Megan Good too. Can I read this first? Or you want me
Yeah,
to show you?
yeah.
It says in March 2023, Majors was arrested for assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. That December, he was found guilty of 2 misdemeanor counts of assault and harassment. This conviction led him to be dropped from future projects, including MCU, which was, I believe, that was the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So yeah, that's the drama that just happened. So the tapes come out recently, and this bitch is chasing him all over New York.
No.
They have street camera views of her. Like, she said he assaulted him. She did all this stuff. He did all this stuff, and clearly that's not what happened. He was trying to get away from her. She's chasing him blocks. Like, it's really crazy if you go Google the actual incident. Oh, yeah, I got it. Have you talked about Diddy yet?
You know what? I have not fully talked about
Okay,
Diddy.
good. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be.
No. Go.
But
I want to hear like I had to get my friend to be like, "Do you know anything?" And we kind of discussed it, but I didn't really know.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So Jonathan Majors, they still found him guilty.
What?
So it's like a big thing that, like now all of a sudden he's saying, I think he's the one that said he wants Coretta. Is he the one that said he wanted the Coretta Scott King next to him side, which is Martin Luther King's wife? Basically, the bottom line is now you want somebody, you want a black woman to come and, and I don't know that he was only dating white women, but a lot of people feel like, well, that's what you get for dealing with somebody that had the opportunity to do that, like to make you look bad whenever she could, because you had something in your phone that she wanted to. I don't know. Who knows what the problem was?
Whoa.
But I'm not so versed in that.
That's okay. So now is he still guilty? Or
yeah,
no?
he's still guilty. He's guilty, and it was just like a big thing. But a lot of people just don't care because they were just like, I mean, you weren't dating
up.
black women. You weren't like, which I don't think that there's anything wrong with dating anybody. I think that there's something wrong with any race that only is attracted to another race.
Yeah.
So I do think that's a problem. Love who you love. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But it's just funny how a lot of these black men in Hollywood, gravitate toward white women.
Interesting.
It's an interesting thing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Whoa. And do you know before did he date black girls?
Let me see. Let's look up Jonathan Majors' ex-girlfriend.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one because I just want to know. Like, it's funny because Deion Cole has a bit about that. How black women get really mad when you're with a white girl, but I do think it's kind of the same as like when celebrities, then or they're with their wife and then they make it and then they dump their wife. It's the same thing.
It is the same.
I'm like,
thing.
I don't see women doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe they are. We don't know about it. But
yeah, it looks like a lot of his ex-girlfriends were of the Caucasian persuasion.
oh, okay. So at least I get people are mad, but I'm like, well,
I mean, it is what it is.
It
so
is
what
it is. Yeah. That is insane, though.
That's insane.
And that he's still guilty, even though they saw her chasing him. Have you seen the footage
So this is him and Megan Good. I know you've seen her before.
She's hot.
She is. She's
Holy shit.
Very. And she's like in her 40s, too. Yeah.
Look at those boobs and that upper arm.
I know. She has a good body. This is another picture of them together.
And he's with her now?
And she just went through a divorce. In recent years, she was married to Devon Franklin, who was like this new age black pastor that was super fine. And I think that maybe she's already been like a it girl in Hollywood for a long time. And I don't know how that meshed with the Christian whatever, but
so is she with him right now?
yeah, they're together now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Honestly, she looks great, Gray.
She
She
does.
looks like
Yeah,
yeah.
she looks
Those
real
eyes are
great.
like the
Yeah.
eyes are like I'm gonna get you.
It's the bangs for me. It's like that little slit
Yeah,
in the bangs.
bang.
Like that's
That's
it's
a.
that. But them is the crazy bang.
If you know someone, I'm
Psycho
sure
bang.
mine are crazy now. But if you know someone's gonna
No.
be taking a picture of you and you're like,
Yours are your
let me
your
just
hair is
get
like
that.
very like Farrah Fawcett-y, like
Yours are like-
so cute.
She looked like oh man, what's her name? Kill Bill. What's her name? Uma Thurman.
Oh, she does look like Uma Thurman.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
does.
But and Uma Thurman plays a lot of crazy people.
Mm-hmm.
But she okay, wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. I do. So sometimes, so what I like to do is decide if I needed to know that. I needed to know that because that is important in history, especially during this month of BLM.
Yeah.
I'm woke.
You are so woke. But you're also
I'm Canadian, okay?
so
Yeah, I'm not actually trying to prove anything right
Yeah.
now. But it is very interesting. I did need to know that because that is fucked up.
Yeah.
And it's history of what happens because I
Yeah.
did not know about that.
It
okay.
is.
Okay. I thought I just read about that like in what was the book that we had to read?
To Kill a Mockingbird? Or,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
yeah.
all I knew. I didn't know it was still happening. I just
Yeah.
thought that okay.
It's insane
Okay.
what's still going on, but you know.
Okay. So okay, do you
right.
have anything else?
Speaking of hated white people, Donald Trump.
Okay, I actually don't know anything that's going on. Because it's like I hear it from other people.
Mhm.
It's talked about so much. I kind of am like Trump's been in my orbit forever. I'm like I get it. Okay,
Yeah.
but what's going on?
Well, I just want to preface this by saying that I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump denier either. I'm not a Biden supporter. I'm way more of a non-Biden supporter, honestly.
Okay.
And I don't subscribe to elephants or donkeys. Like I don't, if it was like a cute little monkey representation of, in politics, like, one of the political parties was rep by like a koala bear or something, maybe I would,
That's who you'd fuck with.
that's the party I fuck with, clearly.
Yeah,
the koala, the ones rep by koala bears.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So maybe like I would say maybe a koala is like Bernie Sanders.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a koala.
He was a koala. He was just too old,
Yeah.
But was he?
But was he?
Right.
He was just too like of the people. He was a koala.
Yeah,
He just
it was
like,
the wrong time for him. I
Yeah.
feel like if he was running now, he would have a way better chance.
Yeah.
Of, also, I didn't vote in the last two elections because I just could not wrap my mind around voting for Biden after I saw the documentary. I just told somebody that on the way over here. The documentary that Ava DuVernay did.
You can look it up.
13th is what it's called. It's about the 13th Amendment. So it's called 13th. And it's just about the prison complex and just how the Reagan administration and also Joe Biden had a lot to do with the third strike law that went into effect that really imprisoned a lot of black men for petty crimes and stuff like that. And then it just goes into talking about like the prison, like how much slave work is done in prisons. So once slavery was abolished, they basically found ways to imprison black men.
What?
To be slaves in prison. And all these companies, Whole Foods has farms in prisons. Like all these.
What?
Yes. Victoria's Secret is all that stuff is made by people in prison. They make stuff like, and they get paid like 2 cents an hour or some stupid shit like that. Watch 13th. After I watched that, I couldn't vote. I would have, if I had to vote, I would have voted for Trump and not for, but then I just couldn't vote for him just because of some, whatever. And, I know that my ancestors are probably just turning in their graves, but I really enjoyed Trump as a president and just as like somebody who has to observe pop culture because of stand-up, because of writing and stuff.
Okay, you enjoy Trump for entertainment.
Entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Also, that stimulus check wasn't bad. Also,
I feel like we would have gotten the stimulus check.
From who?
No matter who was.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
I feel like,
We
but then
haven't
we
got one
kept
since.
getting, but we got a bunch after when he was out.
Nuh-uh.
They gave us one like 2 years later.
after Trump?
Yeah.
Oh,
It just showed up in her
maybe I
bank
didn't get
account.
that one.
Honestly, I didn't know, and it showed up in my bank account, and I looked later, and I was like, oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah. More came in. But
Okay.
entertainment purposes.
Entertainment purposes, politically, I don't know. I think that Trump in office proved how little somebody really needs to know about the presidency to be the president. Clearly,
Yeah.
like he wasn't even involved in politics before, but that's just America for you. He hasn't showed up to any of the debates.
No.
None of the Republican debates, and he's still the front runner. Yeah.
I did not know that.
He has not shown up.
Why hasn't he shown up?
Because he's dumb. And what is he going to like? And I think that that's the best decision for him. Like, why would you show up and you're still running everything? Like, these people are so scared of him.
But he's also like says the stupidest shit.
Yeah.
So they're like, just don't show up.
Can you imagine if he really goes to jail though? Like what he would say in jail, like the kind of shit I don't know. I don't think I should bend over, but I'm fine with bending over. I have the best ass of any American president. I'll bend over. It's fine. It should be unconstitutional.
I'm not gay.
It should be unconstitutional to look in a president's anal cavity. They wanted to look in my anal cavity. I don't know. I'm working on my Trump impersonations. I've been working on it on stage. But like,
That's
he is so funny. I want to get invited to the inauguration.
Come on, Dicey.
I would perform in a minute if he would be a good sport about it. Because I have a bit where I'm saying, what if there was a mix between my favorite president, Donald Trump, and my favorite movie character, Forrest Gump, and we call him Donald Gump. And then I do this. I won't bore y'all with that. But I do this whole
go see her live
thing about go see it live. Go see me live for that. But yeah, I would go. I would so go. He pardoned Lil Wayne. Like, come on.
I mean, okay. The only thing that I don't talk politics too much,
Okay.
but I'm scared of war, and that's where it freaks me the fuck out.
Mhm.
And so, but what scares me the most is that if he's not showing up to this shit, whether or not you want to vote for him or not, if we're allowing a human that's running for government to not show up and he wins, we're fucked for the rest of history. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just lowering the standard.
Yeah.
So that terrifies me. And this is why I don't pay attention to stuff, because I'm like, that's so scary. Because whether, even if say it was Biden, whoever it is, if they're not showing up and they're still in the running, I'm like, oh my God, our standards are so low.
Mhm.
We're fucked. And
Mhm.
that's scary.
Yeah, it's really scary. I mean, but he's already been the president. So we already know what to expect. Like, it's just going to be, I mean, I haven't looked at Twitter since he left. It was just, the daily tweets are just hilarious. How he really calls people out. Like, really, what are you going to do? Why are y'all mad at him for doing this shit? For like, because he can. He has a platform. Y'all gave him a Twitter account. So, like.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God. Okay, so this is dumb, and maybe I'll cut it out because people are gonna be like, you're so dumb. But who have they decided who is up? Have they like narrowed it down?
I believe it's going to be, for the Republicans, I think it's going to be between Nikki Haley and Donald Trump.
Okay.
So she's really come like up. But I definitely would never vote for her because she acted. They asked her what was something about slavery being a part of the Civil War. She just or what the war was about. I can't remember the whole quote. Don't get mad at me for that. But she gave a really dumbass response that she had to come back and like apologize for like the next day. And she was like, of course the Civil War was about slavery. Of course. Yeah. After you see how stupid you sounded. And then she kind of tries to, I don't think she blames it on the fact that she's not, she's an American citizen, but her nationality, I think she's Indian. She grew up Indian, or she is Indian. That's just, to me, no excuse when you grew up in the United States.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To not know. You had the same history we had.
Yeah.
And all this, the way they all feel about critical race theory and the because anybody that thinks racism is a theory is just an idiot, first of all. Like, it's just not a theory.
Yeah.
But whatever, that's.
I didn't know.
So, to answer your question, they're going to be the ones. Because everybody else is. I don't know if Chris Christie dropped out, but Ron DeSantis, dumbass, dropped out the other day, which I was very happy about. Even though he has a really pretty wife, way prettier than what I feel like he could have
Okay.
gotten.
You could have looked at her a little bit on screen.
Yeah, I thought she would have been a really pretty first lady, but I just would have hated him as the president. Yeah.
And then what about the Democrats?
Democrats, it's going to be Joe Biden and I don't know who. I don't really know for the Democrats because I don't know. I've been paying a lot of attention to the Republicans because they're just funny and
because you want to write your stand up about.
Because I want to write my stand up about Donald Trump.
You're being selfish.
I'm so selfish.
You're being selfish.
He's no worse than any of the other presidents. You know, people gave Chrisette Michele a really hard time for going to sing at the inauguration last time. And she's a black artist. And they, like, the black community did her so dirty, but they paid her very well to go do it. And you know how many? It's 11 presidents owned slaves before. Like, they were worse to me than Donald Trump. Whatever the fuck he's done or said, they were worse.
Yeah.
So,
la-da-dee-da-da.
Everything's not black and white.
It is not. America's scary.
It's scary. You're so lucky.
Here.
You're from Canada.
But I'm stuck here now.
Oh.
Okay, so this is how I end the show. We're going to do another episode with Dicey that will come out next week because she's here and visiting. So we'll end this, then we'll start the new one. Okay. So this is what I do at the end.
Okay.
We go, thank you for watching. We say it at the same time. Thank you for watching. Mwah.
Okay. Do we need to practice?
No.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you
for watching. Mwah.